are all about entertaining. Movies hold memories. Hey there everybody, how's it going? I just wanted to talk about this brand new release from EUREKA, and it's the steelbook of the 1985 cult sci-fi classic adventure Enemy Mine, directed by Wolfgang Petersen, starring Dennis Quaid and Gossett Jr. I was so excited to get this steelbook and this brand new presentation. This is one of my favourite films from my childhood, and I don't buy films very often totally the day it comes out or pre-order it very often, but when I seen that this was coming out on sale, I think it was supposed to be released on Boxing Day, but I think it got postponed to the 30th of December, but I had to pre-order it and I got it the other day and I was so excited to get it. You know how you have this bit on the back? What is the point in this? It'd be okay if it was in like a slipcover or something like that, but it gives you a wee synopsis of the film and the special features, but obviously that's not on the back there or inside, so it's a good feature to have. But anyway, I don't know what anyone else does with that. Do you keep that on? I'll keep it on just now, but I'll take this off and show you the steelbook before I talk about the film a bit more. There's the front cover. And there's the back. And the spine. Don't know if that's in focus, but yeah, and this is a dual edition. You've got both the Blu Ray and the DVD edition, which is, I think, is always really good. And there's more images on the inside. There's an image of Gossett Jr. And there's a nice lovely wee booklet in here. I love when they have the booklets and that. And there's an essay from just this past year, 2016, from Greig who just talks about a little bit of the history of the film, which is really interesting as well, so that's good. So it's a nice addition to that too. Talking of Enemy Mine, the first time I ever seen anything about it was an old VHS I used to have of Commando, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and on CBS Fox, and this was one of the trailers, and I always thought it looked really exciting. And at the time, I think they were saying, from the creators of Return of the Jedi and then the director of Never-Ending Story, and it just looked a really beautiful space epic adventure, and I was really excited to see it. I think I saw it when I was about 7-year-old. I think I was living in Berlin, Germany at the time, and I was so excited to see it, and I've loved it ever since. And it was an absolute box office flop, and it's got a cult following, I believe, but it was a box office flop at the time. I don't think the critics even liked it that much, and it's such a touching story. It's exciting, it's uplifting, it's a feel-good story at times. With Dennis Quaid plays Willis E. Davidge, and he's a fighter pilot, and he's obviously human again, and they're in the battle with the Dracs from Dracon, and Gossett Jr., Oscar winner for Officer and a Gentleman, plays Jeriba Shigan as the enemy, and they're enemies, and they both crash land on an uncharted planet, and they're forced into kind of befriending each other in order to survive. And it's just a brilliant film. It's really beautiful as well. There's a lot of beautiful matte paintings in the background. It's just, for me, it's a sci-fi classic. It's a sci-fi epic. It's a space opera. I think people compared it to, there's the movie from 1968, is it Hell in the Pacific, which had a similar kind of tone, where two enemies come together and they're forced to sort of befriend each other and work together in order to survive. And it's a touching film. I won't tell you everything that happens in it because there's a couple of little twists and stuff, but Enemy Mine, I remember that trailer at the end of it. Enemy Mine, the future of a galaxy. On this, there's not that many special features. I would have liked a commentary or something, but the movie looks amazing. It looks beautiful. It's the best I've ever seen it. It looks great. Like I said, there's that essay, there's a deleted scene, extended scenes, the original trailer. Yeah, there's not much in the way of special features, but it's worth it to watch this magnificent film. And this film, I think, with the release on a label such as EUREKA, films like this are finding their audience once more and finding a new audience, just like on the likes of Arrow Video and Criterion Collection and Scream Shout Factory, there's a lot of these cult classics that are being re-released and introduced to a new audience, as well as people falling in love with them all over again. And I really hope Enemy Mine, directed by Wolfgang Petersen, who also directed Troy as well as Neverending Story, I really hope that it finds its audience, and I hope I'm doing my bit to help spread the word about Enemy Mine, because if you like touching films, great performances with great special effects and exciting sort of sci-fi space adventure, well, Enemy Mine's just your cup of tea, and I can't recommend it enough. I think it was based on a story by Barry Longyear. It was produced by Stephen Friedman, Stanley O'Toole executive producer, and a screenplay by Edward Kamara, and beautiful music in it by Maurice Shar. Enemy Mine, starring Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr. There's also other small parts for Brian James. He's in that. He always played a sort of good villain. He plays a villain in this film. Touching, moving, funny, exciting, a bit sad as well. Check out Enemy Mine if you can. This is on EUREKA. There's this steelbook, but there's also just a dual edition with Blu Ray and DVD without. It doesn't have to be the steelbook, but worth checking out, that's for sure. Thanks a lot. Bye.